why Instagram? Why actually you are on social media? When did this all begin?
Wow. When did it begin? This.
Yeah. You ever saw Golan's Girls? You know, there's like when they're around the table, I'm like, picture this, 1992.
Wow.
So give us a picture.
It's way back because it was from Facebook, and then from Facebook it transitioned into Instagram. And I think I joined Instagram in 2014, maybe thereabouts. And when my audience started to grow to at least 10K, it was about, I think, 2017. So I realized after I got to 10,000 followers on Instagram, I felt stuck. So I then went over to Twitter. As a marketer, I was new to the platform, so I wanted to find out how could I make this platform work for me, so I could, in return, let it work for the brands that I would represent. So I found out my strategy to make it work, and I moved from, within a year of joining Twitter, I moved from 0 followers to 20,000 and edging close to 30,000 now. And the difference between Instagram and Twitter is it's far doubled in like way less time.
So where in Jamaica are you?
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica.
So you said that you're in Kingston now. Are you originally from Kingston?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. And what's the connection there with growing up in Kingston, or do you have a connection with growing up with Kingston and building out this platform? Because the reason I ask that is when it comes to Jamaican engagement, I'm always amazed at how strong the following of Jamaica is. So like I run these events, and one of the guys is from Jamaica and he's in HR, and he wanted to know how to build his audience on LinkedIn. And I was like, dude, first of all, you're from Jamaica. You set. So am I right in saying that there's this strong following when you say that you're from Jamaica on social media?
I've never really thought of it like that, because even whenever I'm creating a new account on the different platforms, I tend to say I put the Jamaican flag just to show that I'm from Jamaica, but I never thought that it would have probably attracted persons to me. I just thought, let me just put it out there so persons don't ask me and say, where are you from? But now looking at it, I'm just like, maybe persons gravitate towards my content and my platforms because I'm from Jamaica and they're attracted to what Jamaica brings, you know?
About audience, and that's a good segue into the conversation around your demographic, because you have, quite a following on Instagram, which is close to 13,000 followers, but then, as you mentioned earlier, Twitter lit with borderline 30,000 followers. So can you give us some insight? Let's start with Instagram first, as to the gender, age, and location of your audience in that space.
All right, so gender, most of my following, the last time I checked for Instagram, were males. Probably about 60% were males. Age, most of my following span from around early 20s to mid 30s. Most of my following. So I have a few that are younger and a few that are older, but most of my following is in between the early 20s, mid 30s. That's for Instagram. As it relates to Twitter, is it's much bigger than Instagram. Still trying to work out the whole figures of it, but from what I've realized with my following, based on the content that is posted, I have my following again would be mostly persons who are in their early 20s, mid 30s. That's majority of my following on Twitter.
When it comes to, because you mentioned ambassador, being an ambassador before, and linking that back to social media, was it a case of you worked with brands where you would like using their products and services, and they paid you for that for a longer period of time? How did that work as an ambassador?
Some I use the products and encourage persons to use the products too. Some of them is just sales. So from my experience, again, I would encourage persons to buy this product. Some of them I'm going out to allow persons to try the product. So it kind of varies from that. And like I said, sometimes they just dress me up in their branding just to be there, to say, oh, Trisanze is there.
So do you mind sharing how much something like that would cost a business?
Wow, a business. Well, it was not. I would have to do some maths to kind of work out the figures for that one. But on average, for me, I think, and I'm trying to revise this now because my platform is growing. So I think how I used to charge before for certain services is going to change because of my branding. But before, like a day's work, which is like from like 6 hours, would be like $5,000 in Jamaican currency. I have to be Instagram, even with posting, I'm very time sensitive. So I have to be mindful that most of my audience work. So I can't post certain time versus
true.
Twitter. I can post 1 a.m. and it blows up to 1,000 likes in the morning, and I'm just like, hey, what's going on here? Most of those persons who are on Twitter, they're not working, or their time schedule is different. So I have to have that in mind when I post. So what works on one platform does not necessarily work on the other one.
I think you need to say that louder because a lot of companies don't understand that.
It's
so
true.
guys, press replay on what you just said.